name is Beck, and you're the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. So, Comic-Con panel happened last week, and it was a big Comic-Con panel where I assumed they were going to give us some details about what would happen in Doctor Who in the future. What's going on. Maybe tell us something about the special that's coming up. But when are they filming again? What's the plans? Where they're going? Just drop some hints. So it turned out none of that happened. None of that happened at all. Something I just find breathtaking. I really do find breathtaking. It's not that the quality of Doctor Who under Chris Chibnall's reign has plummeted. It's just become this unwatchable pap. That's also uses a platform for this crazy ideology that that just doesn't bear any relation to sanity. That it's not just that. I mean, there's one thing, but the few fans they have left, they alienated a lot of fans with seasons 11 and 12. They alienated a lot of fans. I would say the majority of fans. I think it's about 20-30% of fandom are like, yeah, okay, I'm still on board for this. I'm excited by it. But those fans, I would have thought Chris Chibnall would just treasure. Listen, when you're down to your last tooth, you want to baby that a little bit. You know what I mean? It's like, if once you're down to the last few or something, maybe you want to just keep an eye on it and look after it. And no, not Chris Chibnall. No, he's like, I couldn't care less. So I'm thinking, maybe he's checked out. Maybe he's checked. Like, his utter disdain for fans, or fans of his era, which is, again, Drek, according to me. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. If you love it, you love it. I have nothing against you. It's weird that a lot of fans of this era think that if you don't like it, you hate them. No, we've always disagreed. It's just what we do because we love this thing. But it's just amazing to me how much disdain he has for their few fans they have left. They couldn't do a behind the scenes thing on Revolution of the Daleks. I mean, without really revealing, without spoiling anything. Apparently not. Well, I think they could have done. They absolutely could have done, but it would take caring, and I don't think they care. I mean, do you think they care? I don't think they care at all. I don't think they care about fandom. I don't think really they care much about Doctor Who. I just think it's. I mean, maybe they hate it as much as we do. Maybe, okay, let's just, I'll throw that out there. Okay, but before we get into the story, which is somehow, incredibly, those alchemists at BBC at Radio Times have managed to spin this complete non-event with no information into about 5, 7, maybe 10 stories, 10 articles, which is just utterly breathtaking. So we're going to be looking at two on the day. And keep in mind, they've released 2 pictures, 2 very, very dull pictures about, in connection to Revolution of the Daleks, or Revolution of the Dalek. Maybe Jodie Whittaker was right. Even the stop clock is right twice a day. So I doubt she's right. They've hit really 2 really boring pictures. One of Jodie Whittaker in a prison jumpsuit. It's been in jail a while because of course this doctor can't escape because it's this doctor. They will resolutely write her like she's a moron. Honestly, do they just think women are stupid? Do you think that's what's going on? Because I don't know. They talk about women all the time like they can't feed themselves or button up their clothes. They're like, oh, we got to look after them. Oh. I don't know if he's ever met a woman, but okay, whatever. So we had that boring picture. She's been in jail for a long time. And another even more boring picture. It's actually incredible. Look, this is a true thing that happened. Once where was I? It was in Atlanta. I think I was in Atlanta, and I said I saw a Starbucks. I'm like, you know what? I could fancy a coffee. I went fancy coffee. I ended up not getting coffee. I ended up getting an iced chai. It was very nice. I like that a lot. So I walk out of Starbucks, and I'm not joking. Across the freaking street. I mean, this was like the early 2000s with Starbucks, whatever. Across the street, there was another freaking Starbucks. I was like, what? Huh? How can that be? So I was kind of like the same thing with this other picture. Like, how can you have a picture from a story called Revolution of the Daleks, the first picture that you're going to put out to promote it? How can you have a picture so dull? And then they had a picture even more dull. It's the fam sitting around the table. So it's giving me, I have a few theories about what's going down. So again, she's been in prison a long time. So let's look at this first story. Oh yeah, before we get into it, can I ask you guys, can you like? I'm 5 minutes in. I'm asking you to like. Can you like, share, and subscribe? Can you hit that subscribe button? Oh man, my subs have been. It did well for a couple of weeks, and now they've just been floating around this. Was it 775? I don't know. They've been floating around. They go. Some days they go up to 776. Some days they go down to 774. And it's in that range. Can you hit that subscribe button? Hit that subscribe button for me today. That'd be really. Basically that's what I'm saying. Do it. Don't do it for you. Do it for me. Do it for me. Because I just really want you to hit that subscribe button. For me, actually, the number 1800 is a bit of a magical number in Judaism. I'll talk about that another time. If you subscribe, of course, you can enter my competitions. And this week is a pretty darn good prize. It's not one, but two graphic novels of the greatness of 2000 AD. I'm doing a review of both these books in my very next video. So if you want to know more about it, check them out. First one is Shakara. Freaking crazy, freaking gorgeous. Love this book. It's basically black and white with like splashes of red. They use very effectively. The planet Earth gets destroyed in the first page, and the last human gets destroyed in the third page, and it's like massive, world destroying, intergalactic, bonkers adventure. Freaking love this. And the other prize is Red Razors, another freaking awesome book written by Mark Millar. This is Sub Block 2, East Meg 2 judge. He's a psychopath, like a psychopath thug that's been brainwashed and lobotomized into being a psychopathic judge instead of a psychopathic thug. It's lots of real humor. He's instead of a bike, he has a genetically engineered talking horse called Comrade Ed. It's just lots and lots of postmodern stuff like that. It's really fun. All you need to do to win it is subscribe to the channel. Subscribe, and in the comments leave the hashtag Zarjars. Good luck to everybody entering. Prize draw is on the 18th. It's on the 18th when I'm on Noel's channel doing a wash along of Gridlock. One of my favourite stories of all time. It really is one of my favourite Doctor Who stories of all time. Okay, let's look at this. About probably one of my least favourite. Listen, as I say, one of my least favourite stories of Doctor Who of all time is got to be in the bottom 22 stories, right? It's got to be in the worst bottom 22 stories because that's the number of episodes Jodie Whittaker's done. So this first question, I think, might be giving us a hint of what's going on. Jodie Whittaker's big question about regeneration could be addressed in Doctor Who's Christmas special. So listen, I'm gonna throw this out here now. I think there's a real possibility that the fam, Yaz, oh god, I hate saying, I feel like I'm experiencing Stockholm syndrome, though I'm even using the word. The fam, Yaz, Ryan, and Graham are separate on Earth. They're sat around that boring table while the Daleks invade, while the Doctor is stuck in prison. Maybe she just is stuck there indefinitely, and she like ends up regenerating in there. That was one of the ways they were thinking about regenerating Sylvester McCoy, just having him go mad. He was in an asylum, in a straitjacket asylum, regenerating just from age. Yeah, that would seem like a reasonable way for her to go out, wouldn't it? Like she's just been there for a long time. So I can see him doing that. I could definitely see them doing that. Who knows? Listen, I'm not really excited to see this episode at all. I think it's going to be horrible. I don't think it was Doctor Who. That's why I watched Star Trek Lower Decks or Star Trek The Sky. It's not that thing, even though they put the name on it. It's so, it's like, it's imagine if you picked up The Guardian, the newspaper The Guardian, a very, granola-eating lefty paper, and all of a sudden it's a tabloid. It's like a Sun-like tabloid with a scantily clad woman on the third page. Did this do a page 3 Girls in the Sun? I can't really do that. I've got to check that out. Oh, I shouldn't check that out. But do that because it's so weird if they do, and if they don't, who knows? Who knows? Although I guess you know washing. Most of you are in England. Fine. Jodie Whittaker says, big question about regeneration could be addressed in Doctor Who's Christmas special. I mean, could be. That sounds like a bit of a tenuous grasping at straws. You know, is the answer the life, the universe, and everything addressed in the festive special? Could be. Could be. How do you give a Time Lord a life sentence? Well, I just assumed... Did she get a life sentence? And I just assumed it was for that life. Which is fine. Okay? Like, okay, let's see what they got to say. And this was from Friday the 9th. I can't believe I missed this. This is... because it was Sabbath by the time this came out for me. That's why I missed. This is a great little story. Doctor Who star Jodie Whittaker has teased that an interesting question regarding the Doctor's regeneration could be tackled in the upcoming Christmas special. I mean, Christmas special. Oh, you listen. David Craig, you broke the party line. It's festive special, mate. No one's scheduled it yet. Oh, I hope they put it on Christmas. I hope they put it on Christmas and ITV puts on something. So that just blows it out of the water. I want them to put it in the most front and center place possible. My theory, by the way, if season 13 is going to happen with Jodie Whittaker, is dependent on the audience reaction to the festive special. And listen, if the reaction is what I think it'll be, I might be a bit festive myself. The Doctor Who special Revolution of the Daleks will arrive on our screens during the festive period, picking up where season 12 left off. Oh, so after the destruction of Doctor Who. After, it's the kind of... After that bit, it's in the data. She got arrested by the Jadoon for some reason and put in prison, which she can't get out of because it's the Jodie Whittaker Doctor, who's a moron. Who is a moron? That is her stamp, her edifice. That Tom Baker had a scarf, Peter Davin had a stick of celery for some reason. It was... so you could tell if some gases in the practice range were around. Probably what they in the last freaking episode. And Jodie Whittaker has her breathtaking incompetence and stupidity. That is her persona. Picking up where season 12 left off, where the Doctor finds herself incarcerated in an alien prison. While she has been given a license for her crimes, we don't know what the crimes are, many fans have understandably queried how long that would be with the Time Lord capable of multiple generations. No, this Time Lord's capable of infinite regenerations, right? In fact, basically, it'll get to a point where, the Doctor will be everyone. Everyone, because they regenerate so many times. The Doctor has at some point been everyone. I think that's actually the plan, to make the Doctor everyone. And they don't really see that if the Doctor's everyone, the Doctor's really not that special. The Doctor becomes mundane, which I think is the best way of describing season 11 and 12. Mundane and boring, right? What should be given a life sentence for a crime? Many blah blah blah. Multiple infinite regenerations. New York Times Comic Con. The question was pitched to Whittaker herself, who cryptically hinted answers might be awaiting fans in the much anticipated. There's not much anticipated. I have to tell you, Doctor Who in general, the interest in it is really, really way. But I'm really noticing, across the board, Doctor Who videos, not just on real channels as well, are just not getting the same responses and traction that they used to get. Honestly, if they could just have generated some interest with the Christmas special or the festive special, that probably would have been a good idea. Time Lord Victorious isn't doing it. Time Lord Victorious is not generating excitement, and it's tragic. It's tragic because it absolutely could have done, but it's just not doing it. And it could have done. Look, I'm a YouTuber. I work for zero budget, right? Zero budget. I haven't even bought a freaking camera. It's the one built into my computer. The only reason I bought a microphone is because I cleaned my computer one time. It's an iMac, and the microphone is embedded somewhere in the screen. I don't know where to put it, but I cleaned it, and I got some some fluid or something in the microphone. So if I use the regular microphone, I go not very good. So that's why generally, and I could produce content from it. Oh God, I wish they came to me. I would have. I do professional marketing strategies. This is just on a professional level. The rollout's been freaking atrocious. How do you take a good idea and destroy it? Give it to the BBC. We discovered that We may discover that, or maybe we won't, she teased. Like, what the hell? I mean, here's the other thing. And Whittaker, bless her, I got nothing against her. I really do. I just think she's, just completely out of her depth in this role. I just don't think she's clever enough, really. It's just really about it. No, not because she's a bloody woman, because she's a bloody moron. Like, no wonder her and Mandy Gill get on so well. I mean, really, they must. Can you imagine how easy it is to entertain them? You just need a shiny object. They throw it between the two of them, and they giggle at how wonderful they are, how stunning, how brave. A Reveille in the Daleks finds the TARDIS team in a tough spot, as the Doctor's human companions have no knowledge of the whereabouts. Guys, happy days are here again for you. You know how you survived those 2 seasons without her killing you with her breathtaking competence. How you did that, I don't know, but you should get on your knees and pray to whatever God you believe in, because it was a miracle. It was a miracle. You're still alive. Co-star Mandy Gill explained. Let's see what she's got to say. We don't know where the Doctor's gone. We don't know if. We don't know if we're in Sheffield forever. I was going to say, we don't know if we're in Sheffield. Just look out your bloody window, darling. I'll tell you. Don't know if we're in Sheffield forever. And our journey with the Doctor is over. Oh, God, you can only hope. You can only hope. I really hope our journey with this Doctor is over as well forever. Wouldn't that be great? So I can speak for Yaz. Well, of course you can speak for Yaz. You play Yaz. Yeah, I know. You can speak for Yaz, but somebody else writes the words that Yaz says. I'm not sure if you ever seen this. If you ever seen that's how acting works. She's finding it very difficult. Really, she's finding like a simple math problem. She's finding it difficult. She's finding it difficult, just like being told she's not the bestest ever in every given situation. Every given moment of her life, she's finding it very difficult. Oh dear, cry me a river, darling. Probably not being able to say goodbye as well. I'm not sure if she will ever be able to see the Doctor again. Maybe she won't. Maybe they're telling her she won't. Maybe she's regenerating in prison. That's the thumbnail. That's the thumbnail for this video. Okay, you saw it here live. I came up with the thumbnail. Yeah, I am so getting somebody in a red jumpsuit, a woman in a red jumpsuit, photoshopping Jodie Whittaker's face on her, putting the Regeneration glow on it. I guess I have to get an orange jumpsuit and like tweak the colours to make it red. I could do that. Oh my God. She's struggling with the idea of not being on the TARDIS anymore. Okay. Honestly, I don't think you ever were on the TARDIS. I really don't. I can't. Virgin New Adventures novel range, which is really great. I really got to go and have a look back at that. If I can get Problem Being into doing the books on tape, maybe we'll get him to do that. I'm still struggling. Hopefully he's going to do the Time Lord Victorious book we can put out. That'd be great. That'd be fantastic. That's when the gang stumble upon a Dalek plot and find themselves facing against the Doctor's most formal adversary, but without her expertise of guide. So they said it out here now. Fine, they are separated. Maybe they don't. Maybe she regenerates and they don't know her. When she turns up, I can totally see the Chibnall think that's a good idea. So we got that. That's the first story. They squeezed out it. Oh, they managed to squeeze out. Well done. But then we got Hugh Fullerton. Hugh Fullerton comes in with more stupidity. More stupidity that we love Hugh Fullerton for. So again, you notice it's the same bloody picture because that's all they've got. Chibnall just doesn't give a crap about fandom or promotion as well. And that Comic-Con panel was clearly a contractual obligation by HBO Max and BBC America to promote their tepid, awful crap. How long is the Doctor imprisoned ahead of the festive special? I don't really care, but maybe they'll tell us. New pictures and comments from Jodie Whittaker says, yes, Revolution Daleks could take place later than anyone expected. Yes, again, this Doctor can't break out of jail. There was quite a good BBC book by Kate Orman. What was it called? Seeing Eye, when Paul McGann's Doctor was trapped in jail for like 2 years. Which was quite clever. That was quite clever. So maybe they're ripping off that because Chibs does like to rip things off, doesn't he? Hugh Fullerton, the chillers of the shills, paid in shillings. Hugh Fullerton. I would love to get him on my channel, wouldn't you? I like Hugh. Come on, how much of this stuff do you like make? Tell me what your day's like. I want to know. Doctor Who season 12 ended on a pretty big cliffhanger. No, it would only be a cliffhanger if people cared what happened next. When she was put in jail, people were like, oh, well, I guess it's for the best. arrested by the Judum police and spirited away to maximum security prison. Maximum security outer space prison. What couldn't be inner space? Outer space prison. While her blah blah blah. Yes, okay. Initially, fans weren't too worried about the Doctor's predicament. I don't think they are. I don't think fans really think that much about Jodie Whittaker. Assuming she'll be able to break out with ease. Yeah, because that's what the Doctor does, isn't it? The Doctor. Why would they assume that? Because they have an idea what the show is at but in the new preview pictures, how you call these pictures preview pictures? Dull as ditch water. For the series' upcoming festive special, see Hugh Fullerton follows the company line. Unlike the other, David Craig, he follows the company line. Festive special. Revolution will tell a different story, suggesting Whittaker's Time Lord will be out of commission for says that the Whittaker's Time Lord will be out of commission for a long time. I don't think she's going to meet up with a fan now. I think she's regenerating in prison, okay? I'm calling it here now. I think she's regenerating in prison. That's a freaking awesome thumbnail. I love that thumbnail. But just how long will she have been stuck in prison before the Doctor Who festive special? According to Whittaker herself, it could be a bit of a stretch, because again, she's not breaking out of anything. We're in a position where the Doctor is in prison. Whittaker said during the Comic-Con panel, clues in the photograph, maybe there should have been a while. Yeah, look, we see you scratching these, yeah, obviously. Are these years? Are these Gallifreyan years? Are they? Who cares? None of this matters. Specifically, Whittaker drawing attention to herself in the first preview picture from the episode, which shows the Doctor somewhat bedraggled. She's not bedraggled, and unwashed and changed into a prison jumpsuit, scratching marks on. She's perfectly clean. What are you talking about? Bedraggled? Her hair's been washed. It's coat. Yeah, no, she's not bedraggled. God. I mean, she's a moron. What can you do? That's how they write her. Scratching, blah, 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 blah. Just by the change of outfit, we know the Doctor's been in the institution for at least some time. No, at least means you've got to have an idea. At least some time? Yeah, no, for some time. Oh, God, are they paid by the word, Fullerton? While the scratches grouped into tens rather than the usual 5, give the sense of Doctor's imprisonment has been slightly longer than I expected. I didn't think about it, but if I was asked to think about it, I'd be like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. To go into a frankly embarrassing detail, there are about 40 scratches visible. So is that 40 years? I don't know. Not counting any that may be hidden by Whittaker herself with the answer, blah, 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 blah. Fine. Are they months? Are they weeks? Are they days? Who bloody knows? Who cares? After all, we've seen encourage the Doctor accrue long life without any visible signs. Okay, yeah, Matt Smith, he aged about, was more than, he aged 1,000 years, wasn't it? Wasn't he on Trenzalore for like 1,000 years? I think it was like 1,000 years. It wasn't 200 between series at one point. Oh yeah, that was between season 6 and 7? Was it? Yeah, or 5. No, season 5 and 6. It's about 200. Yeah, fine, okay. And when sentencing, Gallifreyans Time Lords live a long time when they don't die. And when sentencing, the Doctor didn't the June say it was whole of life imprisonment as opposed to the traditional life imprisonment? Right, are you telling me that Jodie Whittaker's Doctor is so incredibly bad, is so terrible, that she gets imprisoned for all future lives, which is infinite prison time? I can believe it. What if Michael Burnham's in the next cell? We may discover what that means, Whittaker teased when asked exactly what life in prison means for the long-lived regenerating Time Lord. Or maybe we won't. Do you think she's going to regenerate over and over again until we get to Dr. Martin, right? Dr. Ruth, right? Dr. Martin. The first doctor that invented the boot. Just a quick aside. I used to go to school in Camden Town in London, a place called JFS. Not there anymore. They sold up and relocated to Kenton Town, I think. The JFS stands for Jewish Free School. Wasn't religious, but it was a Jewish school. So anyway, Camden Town, right next to the tube station, is a teeny tiny shoe shop where I used to get my shoes. I also used to buy Doc Martens there. One time, I left England and lived in Israel for a while. I lived in America. One time, I was back in England with my kids, right? one of my kids. And I said, oh, okay, I'm going to go. I'll take you to where I used to buy shoes. I went in to buy. It's this tiny shop. I went in to buy the shoes. And I said, hey, how long has this place been here? It seems to be, I've been here for a while, hasn't it? It says, 103 years, sir. 103 years. So there you go. Yeah, a couple of years, not so long. So compared to a shoe shop. Fine. Oh, yeah, Doc Martin, that's how I got there. We're betting that at least the Jadoon could intend to imprison the Doctor for the entire length of her current incarnation. Yeah, okay, we're with you guys, we're with you. Which could mean centuries in the slammer. By the end of Matt Smith's life, he was 11 years old in that particular body. Alternatively, it could be they intend to keep her forever beyond any regenerations. I mean, yeah, she could be that bad, right? She could deserve that punishment, because she could be, like, legitimately that awful. Now, of course, that won't actually happen in the episode. It'll be a pretty bleak and boring festival, though Jay says moped her in the cell for millennia. But if that, yeah, listen, this could age badly. It'll be a pretty bleak and boring festival. I'm calling it now. Hugh Fullerton has spoiled the Christmas special, the festive special for us, saying it's going to be bleak and boring. I mean, listen, look at this picture, right? Look at that picture. That doesn't get much more bleak and boring than that. I mean, really, Hollyoaks meets Doctor Who without the Doctor Who. It's just, I don't understand. Doctor does deserve. What was it? As saying, if it doesn't seem. Out the question suggests that the amount of time the Doctor does serve before escaping could be more in the realm of years or decades than days. Yeah, listen, I mean, Moffat did something similar, with the confession doll, right? So, yeah, that's the sort of thing Chibnall would totally rip off. Okay, fine. She's in prison for a long time. I think they could regenerate in prison. Please regenerate in prison. I mean, like, that would just... Listen, it won't make the show any better. Yeah, it won't make the show any better at all. But it will be like a sign of defeat, which, that'll be really quite tasty. Quite tasty for me. But where bored of her companions back on Earth, I hear you cry. No, nobody's asking. Nobody cares. They don't have longer lives. She has a time machine, moron. And are likely to age by years or decades in the gap before the Doctor returns. And to say that, and to that I say, time travel. Oh, aren't you a clever little puppy? If the Doctor escapes and gets her TARDIS back, she could. Be back in the... Yeah, okay, this is the basic way the show works. On the flip side, the Doctor was working with this, with space instead of time travel. What did happen to the TARDIS that Jadoon teleported in anyway? That's probably in a Jadoon cupboard, I would have thought. There's nothing good. There's nothing the companions couldn't have been stuck on Earth without her for a couple of years, marking the time jump by the special stories beginning. Could be. Who cares? I mean, like, really? One of the truth is for sure, the Doctor will have been stuck there for a pretty serious period of time in isolation. Why in isolation when the Doctor returns? BBC One this winter. Fingers crossed she can get out and we can take on the Daleks. So obviously there'll be no more than 5 Daleks at a time before it's so. Could be that she regenerates in prison, gets out, and meets up with the fam after they defeated the Daleks, right? That could happen. It's, again, you got to think boring. What would be boring and preachy? Prisons are bad. They can get into whole, immigration allegories and things like that. They can, I think, maybe it's there. Maybe this is what's going to be for Doctor Who. Who knows? Who dares to dream? Who cares? Not Doctor Who fans. In general, not Doctor Who fans. My name is Sheila Beck and the Rabbi from Another Planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.